Close your eyes for a second. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. Where are you? What do you look like? What does your life look like? Now be honest. Is that version of you proud of what you're doing today or disappointed? Because here's the thing. That future version of you already exists in potential, and they're watching everything you do right now. Every choice, every decision, every moment you choose comfort over growth. And if they could travel back to this exact moment, to right now, there's something they desperately need to tell you. This is that message. Stay with me. Because what I'm about to show you will either haunt you or save you. Let's talk. Your future self knows something you don't. They know how the story ends. They know which decisions mattered and which ones didn't. They know what you should have done and what you wasted time on. And if they could send one message back, it would be this. Stop waiting. The time you're wasting right now, I'm paying for it. Every day you procrastinate, every opportunity you avoid, every hard conversation you delay, I'm living with the consequences. And it's not what you think. See, you think you're just postponing, just waiting until you're ready, just giving yourself a break. But your future self isn't experiencing a postponement. They're experiencing a permanent loss. That business you keep thinking about starting someday, your future self is working a job they hate, wondering what could have been. That relationship you keep avoiding fixing, your future self is alone, replaying the moment they should have fought for it. That skill you keep meaning to learn, your future self is watching someone younger do what they could have done if only they'd started. Every "I'll do it later" becomes their "I wish I had," and they can't go back. They can only watch as you make the same mistakes they're now living with. Here's what your future self wishes you understood about time. You think you have plenty of it. You're young. There's always tomorrow. You'll get to it eventually. But your future self knows the truth. Time is the one thing you can't get back. You can make more money. You can build new relationships. You can move to a new city. You can start over in a lot of ways, but you can't make more time. Every day you waste is gone. Permanently. You don't get a refund. You don't get a second chance at today. Your future self would do anything to have the time you're wasting right now. They'd pay everything they own for one more year of youth, energy, and possibility. And you're spending it scrolling, procrastinating, choosing comfort, playing it safe. They're screaming at you to wake up, but you can't hear them yet. Let me tell you what your future self regrets most. It's not the things they tried and failed at. Failure fades. You learn from it. You move on. It becomes a story. What haunts them is the things they never tried. The business they were too scared to start. The person they were too afraid to talk to. The dream they were too practical to chase. The life they were too comfortable to risk. Those don't fade. They grow. They become the what-ifs that keep them up at night. What if I had just tried? What if I hadn't let fear win? What if I had bet on myself? And the worst part? They'll never know, because you, right now, in this moment, chose safety over possibility. Your future self isn't regretting failure. They're regretting cowardice, and they're begging you not to give them more regrets to carry. Here's what they wish they could tell you about the hard things you're avoiding. That conversation you're putting off? It doesn't get easier with time. It gets harder. The resentment builds. The distance grows. The relationship dies slowly instead of being saved quickly. Your future self is living in the aftermath of your silence. And they wish you had just spoken up when it mattered. That career change you're too scared to make? The fear doesn't go away. You just get older, more entrenched, more dependent on the salary from the job you hate. Your future self is trapped in a life they settled for, and they wish you had taken the risk when you still could. That creative project you keep postponing? The inspiration doesn't wait around. The energy doesn't last forever. The window closes. Your future self is living with unrealized potential, and they wish you had created when the fire was still burning. Every hard thing you avoid now becomes a permanent scar for them, and they can see it coming. They're watching you choose comfort. They're watching you play small. They're watching you waste the gifts they wish they still had, and they can't stop you. They can only inherit the consequences. Let me tell you what your future self knows about the person you're becoming. You think you're staying the same, just waiting, just being patient, just taking your time. But your future self knows. You're not standing still. You're becoming someone. Every day you choose comfort. You're becoming more comfortable with mediocrity. Every day you choose distraction. You're becoming more addicted to instant gratification. Every day you choose safety. You're becoming more afraid of risk. You're not staying the same. You're training yourself to be smaller. And your future self is that smaller person, living that smaller life. In that smaller world, they're the result of all the times you chose easy over hard, comfort over growth, safety over possibility. And they want you to know that person isn't who you think you are. That person is who you're creating through inaction. You still have time to become someone else, but not forever. Here's what your future self would do if they could come back to today. They'd start that thing immediately, not Monday, not next month, today, because they know how much time gets wasted between I should and I did. They'd have the hard conversations, all of them, even the uncomfortable ones, especially the uncomfortable ones, because they know that discomfort now prevents devastation later. They'd take the risks, the scary job, the ambitious project, the vulnerable ask, because they know that the worst-case scenario of trying is better than the certainty of wondering. They'd stop caring what people think, because they know that in 10 years, half those people won't be in your life anyway, and the ones who matter will respect you more for being authentic. They'd invest in themselves, the courses, the coaching, the experiences, because they know that betting on yourself has the highest return of any investment. They'd say yes to the opportunities that scare them, because they know that's where growth lives. That's where the story gets interesting. They'd stop waiting for perfect and start embracing messy, because they know that perfect never comes. But messy can be refined. They'd choose relationships over achievements, because they know that success without people to share it with is just expensive loneliness. They'd take care of their body, because they know that future health problems aren't abstract. They're real, painful, and preventable. They'd create more, consume less, because they know that creation builds identity and consumption just passes time. Your future self would grab you by the shoulders and say, "Stop wasting this. Please. I'm living with your choices, and it's not what you think. The comfort you're choosing now is the prison I'm stuck in. The fear you're obeying now is the regret I carry. The time you're wasting now is the life I don't have." So, let me ask you something. If your future self could actually come back, if they could sit across from you right now, what would they say? Would they thank you for the choices you're making, or would they beg you to change course? Would they be proud of how you're spending your time, or heartbroken by how you're wasting it? Would they look at your life and see someone becoming their best self, or someone settling for less than they're capable of? You know the answer. You can feel it. That uncomfortable feeling in your chest right now? That's them. That's your future self trying to reach you. That whisper that says you're capable of more? That's them. That frustration when you see someone else doing what you could be doing? That's them. That regret when you waste another day? That's them. They're trying to reach you, and this moment, right now, is your chance to listen. Here's what you do. First, get brutally honest about the trajectory you're on. If you keep making the same choices you're making now, where will you be in 5 years? 10 years? Not where you hope to be, where you'll actually be based on your current actions. Write it down. Force yourself to see it. Is that acceptable or terrifying? Second, identify the one choice you keep avoiding. You know what it is. The conversation, the change, the risk, the commitment. That's the one. That's what your future self is begging you to handle. Third, set a deadline. A real one. By this date, you'll have done the thing, not started thinking about it. Done it. Tell someone. Make it public. Create consequences for backing out. Fourth, remove the middle ground. You're either doing this or you're not. You're either changing or you're staying the same. There's no, I'll kind of try. Commit or quit. But stop living in the limbo. Fifth, act like your future is watching, because it is. Every choice you make, ask yourself, will my future self thank me for this or regret it? That scroll session? Regret. That workout? Thanks. That difficult conversation? Thanks. That procrastination? Regret. Use your future self as a compass. They know where the path leads. Listen to them. Finally, understand this. You're not just living your life. You're creating someone's life. That someone is your future self, and they have to live with everything you do. The body you neglect, they live in it. The relationships you damage, they deal with the fallout. The opportunities you miss, they wonder about them. The skills you don't build, they lack them. Every choice you make is a gift or a curse to them. So what kind of gift are you giving? Look, I know this is heavy. I know it's uncomfortable. But your future self needs you to feel this. Because comfort is what got you here. Comfort is why you're avoiding the hard thing. Comfort is why you're playing small. Comfort is why you're not living up to your potential. And your future self is the one paying the price. 10 years from now, you're going to be somewhere. The only question is where. You can be exactly where you are now. Older, more tired, more regretful. Still thinking about the things you should have done. Still wondering what could have been. Or you can be the person who finally listened, who finally acted, who finally bet on themselves, who chose growth over comfort, risk over safety, action over waiting. That version exists too. They're just as possible as the regretful one. The difference is what you do in the next 24 hours. Not what you think about, not what you plan, what you do. Your future self is watching. They're hoping. They're begging. Please, they're saying, please don't waste this. Please don't give me more regrets to carry. Please make the choice that I'll thank you for. This is your moment. This is your chance. 10 years from now, you'll look back at today. You'll remember this video. You'll remember this feeling. And you'll either think, that's when everything changed, or that's when I could have changed but didn't. Which one will it be? Your future self already knows, but you still get to decide. So decide. Do the hard thing. Have the conversation. Take the risk. Start the project. Make the change. Not for me. Not for anyone else. For them. For the person you're becoming. For the future self who has to live with your choices. Give them something to be proud of. They're counting on you. Don't let them down. See you in the next one.